Kia ora from Aotearoa, it's Poppy here, and I'm just looking at the current Mayan energies that are just about to begin in the energy of 6 water, and this is night 5 of 18 in the 2 serpent nightwave. So I'm looking at the 9th wave energies, which I have discovered hold many keys for this time of ascending above the construct that has kept us bound. So flowing due to atonement, you could say at-one-ment, unified in the mind, we offer our challenges to the heavenly fires of transformation, freeing ourselves and others from entanglements and impurities. Love has no conditions, and no one owes anyone anything. If there are conditions with offers, they most likely are not based on love, as there is someone to pay somewhere. So there's something that is causing an entanglement. I see atonement as simply a correction we may make within ourselves to fully align with Source. Blood does not have to be spilt for atonement. No payments need to be made to Source. There are no conditions. I don't use the word God much, as there has been so much confusion over what God is. I just know that the true Source who seeds the energies that come through the sun, that we may learn and grow by, is not a vengeful, hateful or punitive God. In our new earth reality, we will be free to give and receive without any of that owing energy. We will be at one with nature and Source, and there will be plenty when no one owes anyone anything anymore. And this is what I feel we are progressing towards, and how that unfolds exactly, I do not know, but I have absolute trust and faith in Source. I have seen it ahead, but what matters now is this present moment. So love will offer, and people lovingly receive the fruits of harvests and labours of love for the highest and best of everyone and everything. So in this way, every offering is valued, and there's no more obligation nor sacrifice. It's just safe for everyone to be, network and share without fear. There's just a lot of acceptance in this reality. There has been a lot of taking and grabbing of energy and substance. Fortunately, our realities are splitting between the genuine and empathic ones and the masked and narcissistic ones. It's been an evolutionary cycle, so we could develop our souls. It's a miracle, though, that through it all, our capacity to love is still with us. Our desire to love, to share, to experience love and life empowers us to flow with forgiveness for this deep phase of rising above fear and the falsities of the construct that we are birthing ourselves out of. So let's release our pasts and any remaining entanglements with people, control systems, cults and religions who bind with conditions. They have a different reality to experience, and we may let it go. And as we do, the flow of atonement comes and no blood is spilt in the process. These bindings are alien technology. You'll see that there are liens all through the commerce system, there are liens all through government, there are liens in, it's like life has become this business which is just so far removed from nature and the way of Source, and these realities are splitting. And so these bindings, which are the alien technology, their word spells and black magic, cannot stick when we have forgiven and when we are free of it all finally. Like there's just not that emotional charge that they can latch on to, and that's where we can be vulnerable, is when we feel really emotionally done over, screwed or whatever. And so it's really important to be able to do that. And when we do look at the big picture of how everything came to be, and that this has all been a part of our training and part of our evolution, it does make that easier to release. And there's a whole bunch of information about that in the Rumble link below. And yes, it has involved the alien technology of ritual abuse for thousands of years, the spilling of blood, but no more, not on our watch anymore. So, this is where we are like a warrior who's not warring or fighting, but we maintain our presence and our beautiful source alignment. So I offer the hugest thanks to the aware ones who are fearless to unearth these truths and take action to also purify this from this older hold on humanity and the earth. I came across a little Farsight Institute clip today about the splitting of two realities. Remote viewers are able to see, due to their empathic nature, their feeling, sensing and seeing a target. And so the guy who was in that was explaining it as a separation between the willing and the unwilling. So he was seeing it as a separation of people of earth and a separation of people not of earth. And so not, as a lot of you know, not everyone posing as a human being is of earth. And they were the ones who needed to take and harvest the energy of the empathic souls that are of earth. The remote viewers said that the supreme leave and the meek inherent, which is aligned to a truth that is found in the Bible. Actually, the meek inheriting the earth is often something that will come up in my thoughts that is originally from the Bible, and it is a truth that I do align with. The Bible exposes a lot of truth in my experience, but was tainted and reconstructed through those who practice demonology as well. There is evidence of King James being quite a big part of that, publishing demonology one year and then the King James version of the Bible the next. And this was like keeping many subservient to forms of worship and energy looshing that source has never required of us. So discernment is key with any external information, including holy scriptures from any religion. As I have discovered, blood sacrifice was never something True Source has required either, rather that we evolve and transcend all these things that have happened in separation to Source. So we all went through a big, long, painful, suffering evolution, which was separation from Source. And all suffering ends because of our reconnection with Source and like really getting over the trauma of the past. And we all evolve at different paces. So many wish to remain ignorant, and that is their choice. The ignorance has allowed the harm to persist, and I offer forgiveness and release from this group of humanity too. I think, like for me, that was personal for a while, was when I was really calling out for help from being in satanic ritual abuse and highly isolated and needing to find my way out. A lot of people that I thought were friends were still not there and not able to be there. And it was almost like, sometimes it was like kicking when you're down. And so, I forgive. I absolutely forgive that. I release this group of humanity too. And tears may flow in the sweet surrender of forgiveness and the unhooking of emotional and energetic entanglements, but the relief is sweet. It's just bringing us closer and closer and closer to the Source connection, with Source just streaming through our being and taking the lead. And that, I think, is what means the willing. It's like the will. It's the will of Source. And the holds are releasing through a gorgeous and loving collective. And I appreciate that so much. Justice is happening, and it has to, in order for authentic love to guide and light our way through this time, and for us to really return to be able to network with one another with no conditions, but because there's just this absolute abundance and fertility and vitality that comes. So this is the 6th day of the seed Tresina, about growing towards the true source light and thriving from balanced and strong earth connection, and to share and network with the fruits that we produce from our authentic life expression. And even though I have lived a lot of poverty, it's really something that I've wanted to do. You know, I like to make herbal medicines. I connect with the plants and I make them, and I have liked to share them to others wherever I can without money encroaching. And that's, you know, like, that's one thing that I like to offer. I also like to encourage through my connection with these energies and sharing that. But we all have something to give, and also we need to be open to this unconditional receiving as well. So that's beautiful. So here we are. This is intended again for entertainment purposes, so let's entertain the unified field with our consciousness, which is just bringing us back to this beautiful source connection and being at one in our minds. Okay, lots of love to you.